Aloha, friends and family, and welcome back to the channel. Do you know that nothing can enter your reality that does not come through your mind? They scared everyone by inventing a new word. That word was COVID. So they created a new word, which is just an idea. And they said, this thing exists, and we need you to believe it. And it's fear-based, as usual. And so a lot of people bought it. A lot of people believed it. And then they said, well, we have the cure for this. And they offered their cure. But the real weapon was in the cure. It wasn't in the original idea. The original idea was just to scare you into consenting to the real weapon. And then once this gets in your body, and we're talking primarily about graphene and nanotech, it targets certain areas within the body. So a lot of people went out there because they were afraid of the idea, the original idea, that was harmless, that was not even real. Not even real, because it's just an idea. And again, nothing can become real in your reality unless it comes through your mind. So, is it real to some people? Yeah, it is. Why? Because it's coming through their mind. They are making it real. And then you took your medicine. And now we've got all these people out there, a bunch of people, dealing with the effects. The cause was the idea. The effect was you consenting. And so what do you do now? You got tricked, perhaps. You're dealing with some kind of health issues, some effects. I'm here to tell you that you have brought this into being yourself. And you're going to get out of it the same way that you got into it. You got into it by believing it. And once you believe it, once your subconscious has been given the directive, it's going to manifest in like manner. It's going to produce all those things that you were afraid that it would. Okay, so now you need to start the process of unbelieving it. Unbelieving it. Which means retraining your mind, getting a firm handle on how reality actually works, that everything is mind and everything comes through mind, and everything out there is effect. And where are the causes found for every effect that you find out there in your reality? They all come from cause found in your mind, in your thinking, what you decide to believe or not believe, what you decide to accept or reject. So if you want to accept healing, if you want to put all this behind you, you can. You can. It may not be easy. It may not be easy because you might have years of misunderstanding built up in your mind. And it's bringing about, again, all these effects in life that you don't like. Whatever it is. Sickness, struggles, strife with other humans. That's all effects, all the causes found within your mind. If it cannot get into your mind, it cannot get into your reality. So know that going forward, every day, every minute, every second. The only thing that can appear in your reality has to come through your mind first. And if it cannot come through your mind, it cannot come into physicality. If you reprogram your mind to know that you have access to perfect health, perfect abundance, a perfect reality on a perfect earth, that's available to you. And it's real. It's very real. It's just as real as what you're experiencing now that you're calling real, whatever that is. Perfect health, perfect abundance, perfect heaven on earth is available to you if you will bring it through your mind. It's got to get into your mind first. So again, there's the same principle. It's the same principle. It works for good or for bad, for up or for down, for rich or for poor. If you want to experience perfect health, perfect heaven on earth, and plenty of abundance for all, get that rooted into your mind. Get those directives right there sent and pressed into the subconscious mind. And we can think of the subconscious mind like wax. And your desires, let's use the desire to be healthy, because hopefully this will reach people that took the stuff. And now they think, oh no, now I'm finding out what I took was actually terrible and isn't designed to do anything good for me. And so now what? I'm stuck with it. No, again, it's only going to manifest. It's only going to be empowered to do something negative to you if that comes through your mind. If you don't let it come through your mind, it cannot manifest. This is law. This is not my opinion. This is not our hope. This is not just wishful thinking. This is the law. We are co-creators. We are microcosms of the macrocosm. Everything that came into being, into physicality, into form, came through the Creator, through the mind of the Creator. Okay, that's the macrocosm. We are the microcosm of that. And so everything that comes into our reality, it works the exact same way, according to law. So it must come through your mind. You have to think it, believe it, impress it. And you can do this ignorantly or you can do this consciously. It's going to work no matter what you do, because this is law. Law works. But you don't have to be on the low end of the stick ever again. You don't have to be caught off guard by something in the external popping up and you say, oh my God, where did this come from? Where did this come from? It came through your mind. That's the thing you must grasp. There is nothing to blame. There's no one to point fingers at. There's nothing else. It's all coming through your mind. Your entire reality is produced through your mind, your thoughts, your thinking, your beliefs, your desires, your loves, your hates. We have been given supreme command over this ability. Free will. You are free to use the law any way that you see fit. So let's use it for our good, individually and communally. And so anybody out there that's struggling with anything, health, problems, depression, maybe you feel like you're stuck in your spiritual growth, because it's easy to feel that way sometimes. You've dedicated all this time, all this energy, all this focus, all this concentration. Shouldn't we be progressed farther than we are? No, we're right. You're right where you're supposed to be. Especially if you're here in this present moment and you're not somewhere in the future and you're not somewhere in the past. If you're right here in the present moment and you are awake and you are aware, and you have love, you're right where you're supposed to be. And any kind of hindrances or issues or any of that stuff, again, it's only there because it's coming through your mind. So you must do some mind work. You must do some mental reprogramming. You must purge the subconscious mind of anything that it's holding, any beliefs that it has, any wrong impressions that it has. It's got to release those. We got to go through and clean it. Replace it with the right ones. Or replace it with the ones that will bring good into your reality and not sickness or disease or lack or trouble or issues or problems. The Earth's ascension and everything on it is speeding up. Understanding is becoming simpler for every person, because there is such a vast contrast between the old world and the new. So be healed. Be healed mentally. Be healed emotionally. Be healed physically. Become the true self. Allow the old to go. Open yourself fully to the new, to what's coming, to the knowledge, to the wisdom. It's all here. It's all coming. And our ability to walk through physical life with mastery and beauty and harmony is here. A bit of a transition lies ahead, yes, but we are here, and we have been transitioning, and you can just see and hear the earth herself has been transitioning as well. And so we're here. We're here at this time. Be healed. There's no hindrance, there's no disease, there's no sickness, there's nothing contrary to what this law can produce in and through us. There's nothing that can stand against that. But what we accept in our minds, what we choose to believe. Don't believe anything contrary to the law. The cosmic law. A good place to start to try to maybe help get your mind into the transitional phase of really grasping this and owning this and demonstrating with this is a book called Seth Speaks by Jane Roberts. Check out that book and see if it doesn't alter your state. And see, we're never going to change anything out here in this external realm until we change what's in our minds first. You are the cause. Everything out there is effect. And we leave you with this, my friends, until next time. In love, unity, and light of the infinite Creator. And we shall meet again.